So you have a couple of choices when it comes to which glass system you use. I prefer System 96 Spectrum's glass seems to be smoother, which makes it easier to cut. Plus the colors are going to stay more consistent during firing. So there are two companies that make art glass that have been tested compatible. That's Spectrum and Ouroboros. And we're going to take a look now at some of the different options they give us. When it comes to sheet glass, you have lots to choose from. The first is called a transparent piece of glass, sometimes called a cathedral. Light is transmitted through it from either the front or the back, and it just makes it come alive. The next is a piece of opaque glass, sometimes called opal. In this particular case, no light is going through it. The color stays true even when another color is put on it. Beautiful to use. The next solid I want to show you, though, is a little bit different, and this is made by Ouroboros. You can tell it's a Ouroboros piece of glass because they hand roll their glass. So you're going to see this very distinctive texture to the glass, as well as this lovely cattywampus kind of edge to it. We're going to now look at some of the specialty glass that both Ouroboros and Spectrum make. These are a couple of the different styles that you can use. Both of these have some transparency to them. Here's another piece that is done in more of a wispy, I don't know if you can see that really well. Iridized glass is where they take a sheet of transparent or an opaque piece of glass, usually white or black in that case. They will spray a metal coating on it to give it a mother of pearl-like finish. But besides sheet glass, you have some other options. You have confetti, paper thin glass that is just absolutely stunning to use, very thin, easy for anyone to use. The next is frit. This is the mosaic size. They're bigger, they're big chunks of glass. The next size is a coarse size. Down a little bit smaller, great to make leaves and trees and all kinds of good stuff. The next is medium. We use a lot of medium in our studio. It's just a perfect size piece of glass for adding some background and texture to your project. The last that we carry in our studio is the fine frit. It's almost sand-like. There's one more, and that's powder. Powder, though, can become airborne, so if you're going to use it in your studio, please make sure you are following all the safety precautions. The last thing I'm going to mention to you are stringers and noodles. A lot of fun to have these in your studio. Stringer is almost like a little spaghetti noodle, while the noodles look like linguine. So these are a lot of fun to use in your projects. Your customers will love them. One of the first things I want to talk about is transparent glass and how you can use it and maybe how you shouldn't use it. In this particular example, we have used opaque glass down this side, as you can tell, the big squares, and on this side we've used a transparent piece of glass here and here, here and here. As you'll notice on a light base, it works just great. A couple of other things to note though. Once you start adding a blue on top of an orange, color shift is going to occur, so be very careful with which colors get layered with transparent glass because they can color shift on you. But now take a look at this example. If you compare the two, they were designed identically. So while we have our opaque glass over here, it looks fine, but everywhere that we have used the transparent glass over here, it disappears. So never use a transparent glass on a dark colored base, otherwise you are going to lose the opportunity to have the light transmitted through it. So always stick with a light background for your transparent glass.